Which of these rack mount tuners is right for you? Watch and decide. Does size really matter? If it does, then Behringer definitely has an advantage over KORG when it comes to product packaging. Now there's a reason the KORG tuner packaging is much smaller than the Behringer packaging, and that's because the KORG tuner is extremely small for a rack mount unit. The KORG tuner is only 1.5 inches in depth compared to the Behringer's mighty 3 inches. Both units have inputs and outputs, but the Behringer has a bit more than the KORG. On the front of the KORG there is an instrument input, a foot switch input, and a cable check input. The back of the unit has input number 2, which is actually connected to input number 1, and there's also an output, and a 9-volt power adapter. The Behringer has only one input on the front, however on the rear there are 2 instrument inputs, 2 sound outputs, and 2 separate foot switch inputs. The Behringer is powered by your standard wall plug. So how do the instruction manuals compare between these two units? Well, the KORG manual is quite brief. And the Behringer, well, it has lots to discover. Both rack mount units have the ability to use a foot switch so that you can mute the sound coming out of your amplifier each time you tune your guitar. The Behringer rack mount unit has the ability to have 2 instruments connected to it at once. This way you can switch between which instrument you wish to tune. The Behringer has a microphone built in, but the KORG does not. A microphone allows you to tune instruments that cannot be plugged directly into the tuner. The Behringer can produce an audible pitch, but the KORG cannot. The Behringer has a built-in metronome, but the KORG does not. The Behringer has the added feature of rack mount lights, which are great for lighting up racks that are below it. The KORG has a very handy cable checker feature. The Behringer allows you to change the tuner for different instruments. Tunings can also be transposed to make them either sharp or flat. The KORG has the same ability to transpose tunings. The Behringer has a fine tuning feature. This fine tuning feature is great for adjusting the intonation on your guitar. The KORG has 3 different tuning displays. We have regular, strobe, and half strobe. And now the test. Can both tuners effectively tune an electric guitar? Both the KORG and the Behringer perform well, but when it comes to tuning a bass, that's a totally different story. In this example, you can see the Behringer has difficulty in recognizing the low E on the bass guitar. However, all the other notes, no problem. Just for fun, I thought I'd compare the KORG tuner against a very accurate Peterson STROB tuner. Surprisingly, the KORG tuner held its own against the Peterson tuner. So which tuner is right for you? Well, that all depends on which features are right for you. The Behringer is rich in features, whereas the KORG has minimal features. However, the KORG might be perfect for a guitarist or a bassist, whereas the Behringer might be perfect for someone who plays many instruments and also has many other requirements. Which tuner is best for you? Leave a comment below, and thanks for watching.